Yes, guys. Yes, people. Welcome back to Light Talks Football. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you guys are doing all right today. And I'm super excited to announce that the match preview for the Champions League is back. That's right, people. After 3 years of not getting Champions League football, we are back in Europe's elite competition, and I'm absolutely happy. I'm really am. On our first game, and this is the first time, by the way, that we are playing in the league phase, because that thing started last season, which of course we're in the conference league, not in the Champions League. This is the first time that we're in the league phase, because the old format we have to face two teams both home and away. But this time, we're going to be facing 8 different teams. So our first game is away at Bayern Munich, and that's going to be a very difficult game. We have some bad memories, but we had some really good memories. Like the 2012 will always be the best memory. Like D-Day Dropper, like he done he done us good and bad things. The only bad thing he did was give away the penalty. But our legend goalkeeper, Petr Cech, managed to save that. In the 82nd minute, when Bayern Munich scored that goal, I was so disappointed, man. I was really getting nervous because Bayern when they're 1-0 up with about 8 minutes to go. I was like, boy, Chelsea, man, 1-0 down. Please, can we get a goal? But then we have someone who always turns up in major finals, and that's the legend himself, Didier Drogba. One matter. All we had to do, yeah, I saw a stat. Bayern Munich had 20 corners. 20. We had one corner. And guess what we did? We scored a goal. One matter flips it in. Did they drop a headers it? Manuel Neuer, who's still the Bayern Munich goalkeeper, tries to put it that away, but that was a powerful shot. And then it was 1-1. Then it went to extra time, and like I said, Did Drogba conceded the penalty, but Petr managed to save it. Then penalty shootout. The last time that Chelsea were in the penalty shootout in the Champions League final was in 2008, and we've lost. So I was so nervous. I said Chelsea cannot ball it this time. Bayern Munich took the first penalty, they scored. Then we took the first penalty, we missed. Manuel Neuer saved the advantage of Bayern Munich because they scored the second goal. And then Chelsea scored. Then Bayern Munich took the third penalty. They missed because Petr Cech saved it. Then we took the penalty. We scored. And then Bayern Munich took the fifth penalty. They missed. It was hit by the post by that player. And then Didier Drogba, who got a red card in a game against in Moscow against Man United, couldn't take the penalty. Steps up. I was on my knees saying, please Didier Drogba, please do it for London. As soon as the whistle blew and Didier Drogba took the penalty, put the ball went to the back of the net. Mario met the wrong way, and that time I was filled with joy. I was so happy. I had tears in my eyes. I just couldn't believe it. After that heartbreak against Man United in 2008 in Moscow, 2012, we conquered Europe. Yeah, and that was Didier Drogba's last ever kick. Because that time, he went on to play for some other team, and then in the 14-15 season, we decided to bring him back, and they played for Galatasaray. Boy, that one was the best memory, and that was at Bayern Munich Stadium. Their own stadium. And like someone said on Twitter, their stadium, their final, we owe them. We owe Bayern Munich at that stadium 75,000. Yeah, 75,000 capacity, and we beat them. We absolutely beat them on penalties. And we were in sixth place, by the way. We were sixth. We won the good team. But that's what happens when Chelsea are the underdogs. They deliver. They deliver, blood. They do deliver. So, proud of that one. Of course, the last time we faced Bayern Munich was in COVID. I watched both legs 3-0. Yeah, when Lewandowski and Serge Gnabry scored. And then 4-1. I believe it was Tammy Abraham that scored, but then Lewandowski scored, Serge Gnabry, and I forgot who else scored. But yeah, it was 4-1 instead of 1 on aggregate. So that was the last time we faced Bayern Munich, and boy, that was absolutely frustrating. But listen, I'm hoping that tomorrow it will not be the same result. Even though I think that there's a chance that Chelsea might lose this game, I'm just hoping that these players fix up, switch up. Because that Brentford game, yeah, was absolutely frustrating. Yes, we were 1-0 down, but we managed to, get back into the game when Cole Palmer scored. As soon as Moise Caicedo scored that banger, I said, listen, Chelsea Football Club, you cannot board this right now. Just try and hold on or get another goal, and we didn't. And yes, that player was offside, Ottawa, but that defending was absolutely shocking. No one can take away from that one, because if Garnacho Reece James would have not fell asleep, we would have not conceded that one. And also, if Chelsea would have scored those chances, likes of Cole Palmer, Neto, and all that stuff, I don't think any Chelsea will be talking about that one. So I'm not here making excuses, man. We should have won this game. We should have, And Enzo Maresca, I do not want to see three centre backs every game. And if you say that Mark Guru is your main striker, why was he not in the squad then? Why would you not allow Mark Guru to start, even though I don't think he's good enough, you know? João Pedro cannot play in the false nine. He's better in the 10. You put Terry George there, which you all know that he cannot do well. Yes, he scored goals from that position, but he's better playing on the left. He is. And listen, do I blame Enzo Wesker for the striker situation? No. But for me, if Marco is your main striker, you start him. You start him. And I hope here that Mark Guru travels to them and start the game. And I hope Mark Guru has a much better game. I really do. But I have a doubt that he would he will do something against that will get something against Bayern Munich's defense like that. I really do. But we'll see what happens, man. We'll see what happens. But yes, that game kicks off at 8 o'clock, and I'm looking forward to it. Chelsea's return to the Champions League, sorry, is tomorrow. It starts tomorrow. So yeah, man, it starts this season. So I'm really, really happy. So yeah, so like I said, I wanted to get that one first just to remind you. And yeah, so it's simple as that. Now, the next thing I'm going to be talking about is the injuries, and also there's one player which we added to the squad. And I'm going to give you my thoughts on it in just a moment. But let's start off with this tweet from earlier today. So here we go. So, interesting, but Romero Lavia and Benro Badishil are out for opening training ahead of the Champions League match at Bayern Munich. It's still unclear if they are available, but we know that they're at least close. Now, looking at this year, if they still not fit, do not allow them to train. Do not let them rest. Yeah. When these lots, yeah, are fit enough to do a training, then fair enough. But if they're not, no, because Lavia is the most important player. Yes, he gets injured, but we need to really give this guy a rest. For Badishil, he started off good, but ended up really, really bad, And he hasn't been playing under Anton Wesker's system, so that's what he can do. So it's a good thing that they're close to getting back to the Chelsea squad. But if I was Enzo Maresca, do not allow them to train if they're not fit and available, because you're gonna give them much risk, and they're gonna be out for weeks, months, or years. So if I was Chelsea Football Club right now, don't let, if they're not available to train, if they are open to training, then fair enough. But if not, do not allow them. Don't allow them to be in the squad, because it's too much risk, man. We need Lavio in this squad. Badishil, I don't know if he's going to be working the system, but if he wants to save for Chase Football Club and do his thing, then fair enough. But for me, as of right now, no, don't let them train. Do not let them train at all, because it's too much risk, man. It's too much risk. Like, Lavio is so important to this team, man. He really is. He really is. So if I was Chelsea Football Club right now, do not let them train. It's as simple as that. All right, we're gonna move on into the next bit, which a player has been added to the Chelsea squad. So here we go. So this is confirmed. Chelsea have added Ricardo Buonanotte to their squad at the expense of a long-term injured Daru Esugo. New UEFA rules allow them to make those replacements. So listen, all I'm gonna say is that it's good for a player, but here's the problem. We got too many number 10s. We got too many number 10s. Palmer, yes, he plays better on the right wing, but you have to put him in the 10 because Estevao, is playing that position. And we got João Pedro again playing the 10 as well. Like, the thing I don't get me wrong. Maybe if Cole Palmer and João Pedro, are not, gets injured, then fair enough. But for me, we got too many number 10s right now. And this guy is on loan. He is on loan. He has never, ever played in the Champions League before. Never. That's the only thing I don't get. And listen, I know Isugu will be out until January. But let's say he finish in the top 8. Let's say that we do that. Then we needed him because we cannot keep playing Enzo and Caicedo week in and week out. Their legs will be gone soon. Andre Santos is Enzo's replacement if he gets injured. Asugo is Caicedo's replacement if he gets injured or gets himself suspended. Yes, Asugo is out, but you know, if we do finish in the top 8, then we do need him because we need Caicedo and Enzo to be rested. You know, we need it. It's as simple as that. Because there's still no Lavia in this, even though they added him to the squad. So to me, that Bonanotte into the squad makes no sense, but we'll see what he can do. In the game against Brentford, he looked decent, but not that great, if you know what I mean. So we'll see what he can do. But this guy's on loan, and I'm not quite sure if he, let's say that we make Champions League football next season, if he's going to be playing, because you know what I mean. But do let me know in the comments down below what you make of this. Buonanotte to the Chelsea squad. Do you think it's a good idea, or do you think that we should have still kept Esugo even though he's injured? Do let me know in the comments below. But yeah, listen, big game, and yeah, listen, this is gonna be a tough game because Bayern Munich, oh my god, they are cooking. They are cooking. And honestly, if you know, the place that I'm gonna mention that I'm worried, you are gonna, boy, you are not gonna like this. These are the players who I'm afraid for the game tomorrow. So if you look at, so I'm looking at Bayern Munich's last game against Hamburg S3. They beat them 5-0. This was their starting lineup: Mauro Neuer in goal, Lamier, David Upamecano, Tar, Stanlich, Joshua Kimmich, Paslovic, Michael Lise, Serge Gnabry, Luis Diaz, and Harry Kane. Boy, oh boy. Harry Kane scored twice, Serge Gnabry scored, Luis Diaz scored, and Paslovic scored. The players that I'm worried about is Michael Lise, Serge Gnabry, Luis Diaz for Liverpool because he played for Liverpool. Harry Kane, he's looking like the best striker in the world right now. David Becano, obviously Mauro Neuer in goal. Stalilich, Tar, Joshua Kimmich. These are the players I'm getting worried. And that is why Chelsea Football Club, every single one of them needs to turn up. And I want to see better tactics and a better lineup. Because we cannot play like we did against Brentford in the first half. Because I said this year, play like that against Bayern Munich, we're going to get absolutely humiliated. The likes of Kane, Serge Gnabry, Luis Diaz, Michael Lise, absolutely humiliated. And what I mean by that, we can get absolutely destroyed. They could put 3 or 4 past us. I know it's been a long time since we conceded 3 goals and all that stuff, but it could happen because Bayern Munich are simply the biggest club in Germany and one of the elite clubs in the world. So this ain't going to be easy. So that's why I need, the likes of, Estevao. You did in the Premier League so far, but can you do it in the Champions League? Cole Palmer, this is your first Champions League for Chelsea. Can you step up? Who else? Caicedo and Enzo. Can you step up? Reece James. It's the only Chelsea player that have lived in the Champions League. Everyone else has left. Marco Cuellar. Can you turn up in the Champions League? Can you do in the Premier League? Especially, that defense, Chalobah and Tosin, they were, Chalobah was good in the game against Brentford, but Tosin, when it comes to 1v1, he's poor. Like, can these two really step up in the Champions League? Who else? Robert Sanchez, man. I mean, he's the only guy I'm really worried about. He's the most player I'm worried about in the Bayern Munich game. Because I swear to you, if he makes stupid mistakes, we're gonna concede. We are gonna concede because you got the likes of Harry Kane, Serge Gnabry, Luis Diaz. Once they press you against the penalty box, and if you don't concentrate, then you're gonna gift them. And I know Robert Sanchez is gonna be doing that. So I hope Robert Sanchez builds on the similar performance against PSG. I hope he does, because that PSG was the only performance that Robert Sanchez did well. That's the only one, and that ain't good enough. And this is why we should have got the likes of Mike Maignan deal over the line, but failed. But failed, you know. It's as simple as that. So yeah, listen, I'm very worried about this game, but I'm so looking forward to it, and we'll see. We will see what happens. And like I said, I just hope every player steps up, because some of my friends are going to the Allianz Arena, and they're not going to waste spend this much money and waste it on seeing Chelsea put on a bad performance and get absolutely battered. No, these fans expected a much better performance and a better result. So I'm hoping that these players turned up and give the Chelsea fans exactly what they deserve to watch. It's as simple as that. All right, so that is it. I've talked about the last time we faced Bayern Munich, the good and the bad memories. I talk about Wolf Lavia and Badishu, my thoughts on it. I talk about Bonanate. I talked about the game. I'm talking about who I worried about and what should we do to make sure that we put in a much better performance. And listen, that first one needs to be better. We need to fix up, man. We cannot play like how we did against Brentford, Fulham, and Crystal Palace. Because play like that, slow, not shooting, we're gonna be in trouble, and we're probably gonna lose this game. It's as simple as that. So these players need to be switched on for the game against Bayern Munich tomorrow at 8 o'clock here in the UK. It's as simple as that. All right, so now I'm gonna tell you guys my predicted lineup for tomorrow's game. So in goal, it's got to be Robert Sanchez, because yeah, he's our number one. And yeah, like I said, I hope Robert Sanchez really steps up, man. But I just know that this guy's gonna make another mistake, like he always does, and then we're gonna concede straight away. So I just hope Robert Sanchez proves me wrong and just put on a better performance. Because like I said, the only thing Robert Sanchez is good is his shot stopping. When it comes to playing from the back, he is absolutely terrible. So he needs to fix up, man. He really does need to fix up. So yeah, in terms of my back four, I'm gonna go for Marco Correa, Tosin, Chalobah, and Reece James. I think for me, Chalobah needs to be playing as a right centre back, not or in the middle, not on the left, because he's not good with his left foot. He's only good with his right foot. So to me, I want to see Trevor Chalobah playing on the right. But in terms of Tosin, needs to be playing on the left. If we are inverting Cookway in this case, he needs to be playing on the left, because when it comes to 1v1, he's terrible. So for me, we need to put him there. Reece James, man, he needs to start. Wes Fofana as a right back did not work. It really didn't. So Reece James needs to start this game, and he's going to be up against Luis Diaz. So let's hope that Marco Correa can defend, just keep Michael Lisa quiet, and let's hope that Reece James can keep Luis Diaz quiet, and let's hope that both our centre backs can keep Harry Kane quiet if we want to get something out of this game. So those are my back four. In terms of the two midfields, I'm going to go for Enzo and Caicedo. I think both of them were really good against Brentford. And like I said, that Caicedo's goal should have been the winning goal, but we just switched off. We really did switch off. I thought Enzo Fernandez had a really good performance against Brentford. So let's hope, and let's hope here that that him and Caicedo will be close to each other, instead of Caicedo playing more as a left eight or right eight. When these two play in the pivot, they play better football. So that's what I want to see against Bayern Munich today. So yeah, both Enzo and Caicedo as the two pivot. in terms of um in terms of the attacking midfielders, left wing, I'm gonna go for Neto, Palmer in the 10, and Estefan on the right. Now I know you guys are thinking, why not João Pedro? And I do get that. I really do get that. Listen, if João Pedro starts and Palmer's on the bench, I will not be angry. I really don't. Because yes, Palmer came back from an injury, but this is a big game for Cole Palmer. So I want him to start because I want to see, yeah, how well he can handle the Champions League. I want to see how he can do. You know, and this is his first Champions League since he won it for Man City, if you know what I mean. So I want to see how Cole Palmer does in this. And by the way, we can take him over being on João Pedro if Palmer wants to get rested for the game against Man United this Saturday, if you know what I mean. So as of right now, I'm putting Palmer in the 10, but I will not be angry if João Pedro plays in the 10 because that is his position. That it is. Estevao, I'm really hoping that he's better now so that he can start for Chelsea because we definitely missing a big game against Brentford. In terms of the left wing, I'm going to go for Pedro Neto because Jamie Gittins was absolutely shambolic. You know, in the game against Brentford, you know, too slow, couldn't get past his man. The dribbling was poor. Everything from Jamie Gittins was poor. So at this point, put Pedro Neto on the left wing, or if and bring on Garnacho if you wanted to, because I thought he looked decent in the game against Brentford, but should have done better with Fabian Facalio's goal at the end, when it was 2-2. So yeah, at this point put Pedro Neto there, and then up top I'm gonna go for Mark Guru. Oh yeah, by the way, I hope here that we don't let Nicholas Jackson score against Chelsea, because if that happens here, we end up losing the game, that would be my worst nightmare. Imagine losing, like 3-1 to Bayern, and then Nicholas Jackson score. I don't think I'll be able to recover after this. I just don't think so. So for me, I just hope that we don't let Nicholas Jackson score, and we just keep most of their players quiet, because because I have a feeling that we're gonna lose this game. I feel like the unbeaten streak is gonna end, but hopefully, these players can prove me wrong. I'm hoping they can put a smile on my face and from a match reaction, so that I can just praise them, because this is a thing us football fans should do. If the players doesn't do well, we criticize them. When the players do well, then we praise them. It's as simple as that. So if the players do well, we get a really good result, then I'll praise them. But if we play this against Brentford, then I'll criticize them. It's as simple as that. So yeah, back to what I was saying. Mark Gu should be playing up top, because if you're saying that he's our only striker, then we should start him. Even though I think that this guy might not do anything against Bayern Munich's defense, you know, we have to take that chance, because for me, yeah, and I said it. This is why we are trying to win the 3 out of 10. Because getting Liam Delap and him already being our striker is a bad idea. Because if he gets injured, who have we got? Who have we got? And this is why this club is a mess, one, because we tried to pick up Nicholas Jackson after we told him to go to Bayern. It's just a joke, man. It really is. So, boy, I'm getting really concerned, man. If we lose this game and then we go to my United and end up losing that game. So honestly, it's gonna be tough. But I'm hoping and praying that you know, that these players will turn up. Enzo Wesker makes the right lineup and the right tactics, just get everything right. And yeah, we'll see what happens. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. So this is my data now for Chelsea's return back to the Champions League. So let me know your thoughts on this in the comments below. Now, before I end this video, score predictions. Now, this one is tough. It really is tough, because my head is telling me the Bayern Munich are going to beat us 3-1. That's what my head is telling me. But my heart is saying that Chelsea are going to win this game 2-1. That's what my heart is telling me. I don't know who to believe, but I just hope here that Chelsea can just, do what we did against PSG. Just making sure that we rattled them, making sure that, that we put on the performance. Hopefully Cole Palmer turns up tomorrow like he did against PSG. And just let's hope that Enzo Wesker can outclass and have a better tactic than Vincent Company. I just hope so because very tough game. It really is. But if we can win this game, then I'll be very happy. And then I'll forget about the Brentford game. And also, I'll also be confused because if let's say that we do win, if we get to win against Bayern Munich, then my question is, you turned up and you got a result against Bayern Munich. Why could you not do that against Brentford? Because Brentford are a completely different team to Bayern Munich. They really are. It's as simple as that. So yeah, that'll be my confusion, but I'll also be happy at the same time. So there we go. But yeah, man, that's it for this video. Don't forget there will be a live watch along and a match reaction after that. So make sure you guys tune in. Until then, make sure you guys hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new, hit the bonus notifications so they never miss the live watch along and the match reaction after that. And yeah, man, I'm super happy to announce one more time that Chelsea UCL Knights are back. The Champions League nights are back for Chelsea Football Club, and I'm looking forward to it. So yes, Bayern Munich versus Chelsea. Let's bring it on, man. Let's bring it on. As always, people, take care. Goodbye. God bless. And as always, up the Chels. Let's do this, blood. Come on.